Hello, I'm Angelique McKinney, and welcome to Crown Broadcasting International Network and the Media Ministry Bible. We are a Christian organization with the mission of supporting local ministries and reaching the world for Christ through multimedia. We have more than 30 collective years of experience in the broadcast industry, and we not only serve churches, but industrial markets too. We have produced numerous videos for government agencies as well as private companies, and have even traveled the world capturing various cultures and ethnicities. However, Crown Broadcasting's core mission is to help your ministry reach your community, and we believe our Media Ministry Bible will put you on the right track. And now here's your host for the Media Ministry Bible, the president of Crown Broadcasting and three-time Emmy nominee, Ron Jones.
Thanks a lot, Angelique. I'm Ron Jones, and welcome to the introduction chapter of the Media Ministry Bible. Today we're going to focus on the mission of the media ministry at your church. So what is the mission of the media ministry? Well, all you have to do is look at the foundation for all ministries, which is the Great Commission. Jesus says in Matthew 28, the 19th through the 20th verse, he says, "Go therefore and make disciples of all nations." So who are we going to? We are going to, this is today, the multimedia generation. It's a generation that's immersed in video games, MP3 players, the internet, and of course, television. Television is huge. According to the National Institute on the Media and the Family, 99% of all American households have a television set, with the average family owning 2.75 sets. As you know, there's usually a set in the living room, the den, the bedroom of most American households. And when it comes to television, it is the top after-school activity chosen by children ages 6 to 17. When it comes to video games, it is off the charts. Out of more than 2,000 3rd through 12th graders, 83% have at least one video game player in the home. 49% have a video game player in their bedroom. That's almost half of those kids. And it doesn't end there. The U.S. video game market reached nearly $1.5 billion in 2005, with a projected worldwide market expected to grow, get this, to $46.5 billion by 2010. And the internet, it's no joke, no different. There are almost 50 million users under the age of 22 on MySpace.com alone. Now this, of course, does not include YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, all the others that are out there. So, usually when the teenager gets up for school, he or she will turn on the television set to see what's happening in his or her world, and then maybe play a quick video game or two, then head off to school with an iPod strapped to their head, and then once they get to school, they may go to the school library and log on to the internet. Let me tell you something, our kids are dialed in, tuned in, and logged on for a great deal of the day. They consume a lot of media. So the question remains for the church. Are we reaching that multimedia generation? Does the church have the right bait, so to speak, to reach them? I'm a guy from the city. I don't do a lot of fishing. I usually go to the store, but Jesus did teach us to be fishers of men. But I know this as a city guy, if you don't have the right bait, it's going to make it a lot more difficult to catch the right fish. So we as a church have to get out of the mindset that we can use the same old methods in reaching out to others that we used 10, 15, 20 years ago, especially if we're going to reach the multimedia generation today. When I grew up, there were three major networks, NBC, CBS, and ABC. And for you young people out there, we actually grabbed a knob on the television set and turned to each of those stations. Well, those days are long gone. Now with cable and satellite, we have access to hundreds of channels out there, and it's growing every single day. The Bible teaches us in 1 Corinthians 10:33, and this is Paul talking here, "As I try to please everybody in every way, for I am not seeking my own good, but the good of many, so that they may be saved." In other words, the Apostle Paul was telling the church that it's better to please others for the main objective of winning the hearts of many. And he also says in 1 Corinthians 9:19 and 22, he says, "Though I am free and belong to no man, I make myself a slave to everyone, to win as many as possible. To the weak, I became weak, to win the weak. I have become all things to all men, so that by all possible means I might save some." We talk a lot about church growth and ask, how do we bring more people into the local church? How do we do better outreach? Well, I'm going to tell you how we're going to make this happen. By showing people what positive things you are doing in your neighborhood, in your community, and possibly around the world. You see, the reason why Jesus' ministry was so successful was because he was healing the sick, he was raising the dead, casting out devils, and setting the captives free. If we want to reach the multimedia generation, we have to show them our signs and wonders, so to speak. We have to show them how we are maybe feeding the homeless, ministering to the shut-in, or whatever great works you may be doing within your own community. All right, I'm going to show you a couple of examples of how they're doing just that at Calvary Christian Center in Sacramento, California, USA, under the leadership of Dr. Philip G. Godot. I believe that these two stories are really going to inspire you and give you better insight into the media ministry. Check it out.
Calvary Christian Center of Sacramento is reaching out to families in need in the Del Paso Heights area. In a community struggling with poverty and crime, Calvary Christian Center is bringing renewed hope with a new program called Adopt a Block.
Yeah, it is a good feeling to know that you're helping somebody.
They made me feel wonderful.
Its purpose is to help the elderly and shut-in with everyday chores like raking leaves, cutting grass, and other yard work. Some neighbors are moved by what Calvary is doing in their community. People like Gloria Gonzalez, an elderly woman who's bedridden with a debilitating illness and can't get out like she used to.
I want my leg to get better. I can go to church because I want to thank the pastor for let these young ladies help me and make my life easy.
And there are people out there to try to help you without asking for anything in return. And I like that. So yeah, I feel good about it.
Gloria says it's a pleasure to know that people still care.
To see these people, they care for another people.
Wow, that story talks a lot about what's happening outside the walls of the church. Now, I could try to explain to someone considering visiting my church what we do there, but it makes a more powerful impression when they can actually see it. Here's another example, and I believe that this will inspire you as well, and then we'll talk right after this.
Yeah, you can get some, and then I have some baby.
Calvary Christian Center of Sacramento is taking this opportunity to help the needy during the holidays with their Adopt a Block program. They're targeting the Del Paso Heights area of Sacramento. It's a community challenged with poverty, crime, and blight.
It's a couple hours a week, but it's needed. It's needed throughout the city. I believe it's needed.
By providing food, clothes, and other household items, Calvary is hoping this holiday season will be a blessed one. This elderly woman was surprised to see men, women, and children grace her door with dresses and even a brand new mattress.
I'm happy you blessed me too.
They even offer to do yard work around the house. This woman was overwhelmed with gratitude.
Thank you. I think mostly because somebody took time out of their life to help me out, and so I'm thankful for where I'm at.
If you'd like to make an impact this holiday season...
Let me tell you, those testimonies and stories make a powerful statement, don't they? Just like Jesus, people want to see your good works and glorify your Father, which is in heaven. All right, so how do we get this done? How do you capture your good works and share it with the world? Well, that's what we're going to talk about in the next chapter of the Media Ministry Bible Training. It's very important that you hang in there. We're going to show you how to solicit testimonies and praise reports from your church and ministry congregation. Also, we're going to talk about how to shoot it properly using a video camera, what type of camera to use, and what different types of avenues you can distribute it, such as on DVDs, on the internet, playing it in-house for your congregation to get everyone else inspired, maybe even emailing it to family and friends through YouTube. I can't wait to get into the practical application of the Media Ministry Bible. Until then, email me. I'd love to hear from you. My email address is crown@crownbroadcasting.com, or just give me a holler at 1-800-670-2394. God bless you. See you soon.